I'm Chris, and this is Beau, and we are on a heinous trek. And tonight, we're in Danvers, Massachusetts, on Autumn Street. It's a dead end. And this is a very somber video, as it is exactly a year since my father, Harold Corkum, passed away. So I decided to come here and do the video outside of the house with the permission of the people who own it now, who are a very lovely young couple, and with their dog Murphy. I lived here about 10 years. It's a dead end street, and at the end of the street to exit, right across the street, was where my godparents lived, the Powerses. They were great. They owned horses, and I ended up doing 4-H with them. I would have rabbits, and my first two dogs, Asta, and then Skipper, who would follow me to Marblehead when my mother left my dad around the time. Strangely, when we did 4-H, the rabbits and horse riding, that it was at the Topsfield Fair, where we saw in our last experiment, where I went to see Jaws. And of course, strangely, my mom had left my father during that time, so it's all kind of synchronicity, I guess. But my father was a regular kind of guy, really funny, goofy. Everybody loved him. I hear in me every day. But I noticed that the house seemed very dark and despondent whenever I would visit on the weekends, or like every 2 weeks. And so one day I said to him, "Hey Dad, you're like one of those larvae in a cocoon about to turn into a butterfly." And he was really taken aback by this perception of mine. And so it was during the mid-70s. Of course, the hippie culture was still before everybody went into disco mode and yuppies. And he went out and he bought, he would wear blue jeans on the weekend and do yard work and drive on his tractor and mow the lawn. And he would buy, for every pair of jeans that he owned, a butterfly patch. And of course, him being in the Army, and I don't think he realized that people were asking why if he was a hippie or not. Of course, he was always, figuring that his hair was a little too long, even though it was like about as long as mine or whatever at the time. But I don't know if I ever lived up to my dad's expectations. I'm the last of the family name. And this is all very overwhelming for me during this time.